What's up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF, man, back with another post-game recap. Unfortunately, another loss added to the record, man. Another winnable game. Uh, what can I say? It was atrocious. Lack of a lot of things. Lack of energy, lack of focus, lack of coaching, lack of pride. It sucks, man. I'll tell you what. We went small again, and I've noticed every time we go small, teams expose us in the paint. Even no-name players, like even Jared Ugly Dudley. The ugly Dudley came into the paint and killed us. I expected a lot more from Lonzo as far as sliding his feet. I expected a lot more from Josh Hart. Josh Hart is really the last couple of games he's gone AWOL, man. We don't know where he's at. And JaVale McGee, we missed him dearly, but I thought Luke at least should have played Tyson Chandler there to end the stretch. If not Tyson, at least Mo Wagner. Give me some sort of big that can clog the paint. But we're just getting out coached. We're getting out played. D'Angelo Russell was sensational today. Spencer Dinwiddie killed us. We didn't have an answer for either of those two guards. Those were my keys to start the game. I said we got to guard D'Angelo and Dinwiddie. And sure enough, they both went off. Of course, the refereeing was atrocious. They had a couple of stupid calls that went the other way. That should have been our play. That could have probably changed the momentum of this game, but no excuses. Honestly, LeBron, to me, he took too many possessions off. I felt like he could have took over the game, took back control of the game, and unfortunately, that didn't happen. So it's unfortunate, but we get another loss. Thank God that we're getting back Brandon Ingram, because you guys see how much the perimeter players, the opposition, torches us off of pick and rolls without Ingram and JaVale back. And thank God for Rondo, because we need some bench. We need people to come and play consistently off the bench. We keep giving up leads in the bench, and it's just frustrating, guys. But all in all, guys, I'm very disappointed. Everybody should have stepped up. This is no one person's fault particularly. I'm disappointed with the inconsistency. We only played in spurts. We let their shooters outshoot us. We had a lot of wide open shots. We just didn't knock them down. Josh Hart went again. He hasn't been showing up. KCP. This is why I dislike him. He picks and chooses what games to show up in. He didn't show up in this game. I told you guys it wasn't going to happen. So that's why I want him traded. The inconsistency drives me nuts. There's nothing that drives me more crazy than inconsistency. And today, Lonzo showed up offensively, but defensively, he was lacking a little bit. He kept getting beat off of the first steps. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that there's nobody to protect the paint, that you have to overcompensate, and I guess you keep getting beat off of the first step. But no excuses, guys. Bottom line, the effort wasn't there consistently enough. We played good in spurts, but not enough to sustain and get this victory, man. We should have. And again, I didn't like the rotations. I don't like going small. We got killed by Jared Dudley in the paint. We got killed by Dinwiddie. I mean, there was no rim protection at all. Every time my guards got beat, what happened? So I've noticed, again, anytime that we go small, we get exposed in the paint. And then again, our pick and roll defense was trash when we didn't go small. So it was like pick your poison tonight. And another thing I didn't like, yes, Lonzo did get in foul trouble in that first quarter. But if I'm the coach, you have to make these decisions, man. I would have rode Lonzo all the way till the well dried out. He was taking momentum of that game early on, and by benching him with those two fouls, yes, I know he was in foul trouble, but sometimes you got to trust your players. And again, coach lacks in that department. After that, Lonzo, he was still aggressive, but he wasn't hot anymore. So we got cooled off. Little things like that, again, really, really bother me, guys. Experimenting by bringing in Zubats and stuff like that when he wasn't a part of our rotation for the last couple of games, other than crunch time, is just like, yeah, I get it, we're injured, but this is what we lack, some of that coaching creativity that other coaches have that are able to pull off wins. We still have a lot of talent. Lonzo balled out offensively. Kuzma balled out offensively. LeBron balled out offensively. But again, in the half-court sets, we were lacking a lot. We really didn't have nothing in the half-court sets. Every time we got in the half-court sets, we took contested jumpers. We turned the ball over. Again, this is all with the coaching. All right, we're lacking a lot. And you can tell the players are frustrated at the coaching staff. You can see they're looking over to the sideline talking about why these rotations, why. I don't know what's going to happen, guys, but all I know is that if Brandon Ingram and Rondo and JaVale McGee come back and we don't get back, and we lost 3 in a row, 3 winnable games. If we don't get back on a winning track, something's got to be done, man. And you know how I feel about Luke already, so I don't even have to beat on the dead horse. But Dan, did you hear the Phil Jackson rumors? And Jay Hart rolled his eyes at Luke. yeah, Luke Walton is not a good coach. He's going to lose the locker room. And I don't really care too much for the Phil Jackson rumors. If it happens, it happens. I love Phil. I'll always love Phil, even though I don't feel like this team is suited for the triangle. But honestly, like, look, this is tough, guys. These are winnable games. The Houston Rocket game we should have won. Yeah, that's right. We lost 2 in a row, but 3 out of 4 in this road trip. That's really bad. Especially because even though we're injured, we still have plenty of talent to be able to win these games. Especially versus teams like the Nets. It's frustrating, guys. This is what's separating us from being a great team. We're a good team right now. We're above 500. We're good, but we want to be 10 games above 500. We should have. How many winnable games are we going to drop? It's just. We're starting off slow. Yes, I get that. But we got to be able to execute down the stretch. We got to be able to, okay, we're getting killed by Jared Dudley. Let's make these adjustments. Luke has to rein in the team, but he's not doing that. He's just chilling on the sideline, man. And, that's what Magic Johnson and Rob want. But, again, this wasn't all Luke Walton's fault. The players, too, have to show more consistency. And tonight, we can't, if you're Lonzo, if you're Josh Hart, we can't let these players keep continuously beat you off the dribble. Even Kuz was getting cooked by D'Angelo. By the way, I said it pre-game, I wouldn't mind having D'Angelo, and a lot of people were like, no, he's not that good. I'm telling you guys, D'Angelo always had potential offensively, and he can control the tempo of the offense really well. But I am proud of Zoe tonight offensively because he rose to the occasion and he matched D'Angelo, at least offensively. So at least people can't say Lonzo's trash, and y'all should have kept D-Lo. All the stands are going to come out to play tonight, whatever. But bottom line is they can't say that because they're going to sound stupid. At least we have that, guys. At least we kept our dignity for the night. But I'm going to keep this video short, guys. I'm going to go ball out tonight. I got a couple friends waiting for me, so I'm going to go hoop. But if you guys have any questions before I get off, I got you guys. I know it's very frustrating, but the silver lining is that we're getting guys back, and they're coming sooner rather than later. So hopefully by Friday we'll have them all back, and let's get it, man. He said D'Lo's going to be a free agent, Aaron Mintz. Again, I would not mind having him, but I know his agent might not want him coming this way, but I really like what he can bring. What D'Angelo brings is what Josh Hart was lacking tonight, and that's the ability to knock down big shots. Josh Hart got a lot of wide open shots, but he didn't knock them down. He's been off the last 4 games or so. So I'm a little worried about him, but I'm sure he'll get back on track. I'm pissed. We need better coaching. Amen to that. So we still trading Brandon? I say no. We obviously miss him at the shooting guard. He causes havoc, man. A lot of people were pro start Josh Hart. And I said, as long as it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If Josh Hart is playing better, sure. But you can clearly see that we really need Brandon Ingram. Man, he would have at least contained D'Lo and Dinwiddie out there in the perimeter with his length, man. He said, Josh Hart, unfortunately, has been bad in the perimeter defense this season. He's been injured, man, and he still hasn't been 100%. Ever since he got injured, he hasn't been the same. He's had games where he broke out, but we need the healthy Josh Hart. And I don't blame him because he's been injured. I get it. But we got to give him a little bit more time. I'm not going to kill him like that. He's been a good player for us overall in his stint with the Lakers. So why does Luke still think small lineups work? He tried to match up, I guess, because they didn't have Jared Allen, but we kept getting killed in the paint. We need some form of paint protection to help the perimeter players be able to commit in the perimeter, man. If not, they're going to keep getting beat, and then there's nobody there to help them. Somebody getting traded, don't know who, but I can feel it. Maybe so, girl, maybe so. LeBron does miss too many free throws, and at times he seems like his heart's not in it at times. I don't know if he's tired or whatever, but he takes a lot of possessions off. It could be the age. It could be that we're playing him heavy minutes. But, I mean, Lonzo and Kuzma did their part. Josh Hart was lacking. Tyson Chandler didn't play enough minutes. And, our bench wasn't that great tonight. KCP, again, this is why I dislike KCP. He is something else, man. He is very inconsistent and not efficient, man. He keeps shooting brick after brick after brick, and it's like, dang, man, you just balled out last night. Why can't the last game. Why can't you bottle that, save some of that, and bring it to the next game? I said he balled out in the wrong game, honestly. And I noticed that he balled out in a game where there was no pressure because we were already down by a lot. So he was just stat padding, in my opinion. But it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, look, the Lakers need to win these games. As long as we're not winning these games, we're not going to be an elite team. These are teams we need to beat because the schedule is coming up is harder. The Pelicans are coming up next. They're actually really hard. So you're going to see that we're going to struggle in that game. If we're struggling in these games, we're going to struggle. And then it's the homecoming for Julius. So if you think D'Angelo wanted a revenge tonight, imagine what Julius is going on to do with his physical contact style of play. So we need everybody healthy for that game, and the schedule's only going to get tougher. That's why, to me, all these wins we were getting, I wasn't super happy because we had a lot of room for improvement, and our coaching still wasn't on par. As I mentioned, I'm not happy with Luke. I still see a lot of room for improvement. But again, we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, we have to move on. I'm frustrated. A lot of these calls too are ridiculous, man. But the players have to stop complaining and play, because we get out of the game. We give up transition buckets when we're complaining, especially LeBron. He's our leader. So he has to lead by example, even though he did get hacked a couple of times and all that stuff, and then they get the ticky-tack fouls. But there's nothing we can do with that. That's out of our control. So, it's frustrating, guys. Very frustrating. He said, it's frustrating that we still lose. Winnable thought that would change this year. Me too. It should have changed, but we're lacking in the coaching department, man. We really are. And, of course, it also matters that we've been injured, but there's no excuses. We have enough depth. We have LeBron James, for God's sakes. Dropping 30-plus points, you have to get this win, man. Bottom line. But, again, we don't have a situational type coach. He doesn't know how to adjust and adapt to other teams' rotations and lineups. So, very frustrating, guys. There's not much we can do. I'll take a couple more questions, man. I'm getting the text messages. Yeah, we got to go to the park a little bit. All right. Yeah, my boy's on his way to the park, so I'm going to get off in a bit, man. Trying to get back in shape, guys. Ball is life. Keep my mind off of this loss and hopefully get a dub in the park, man. He said, we need Bradley Beal. No, we don't need Bradley Beal. Trust me, Bradley Beal's not going to fix all our issues. We need a lot more. Hey, baby. How'd it go? Dan, there were so many good coaches we could have gotten this summer. Again, it's only a matter of time for Luke Walton. I'm just counting down. We'll see how long he lasts, honestly, but at this point, he's just clinging on. Dan, Luke should have yelled at them for playing so lax. Exactly. We don't have that type of coach, man. We don't have that guy that get up in the players, and that frustrates me. I'm pissed we losing the bums. Me too. It's absolutely frustrating, man. Frustrating. Dan, be our coach. I'm not qualified, Chris. I wish I was. Trust me, I would slide in there and I start pounding people in the chest, Phil Jackson style, making sure that they perk up and play a full 48 minutes. We need the full energy, all 48 minutes. We play in spurts, and that's the problem. Inconsistent coaching leads to inconsistent playing on the floor. But the players have to show up too, and if they don't show up, they have to get benched. That's the way you have to do it. Kuz got exposed on defense. They all got exposed on defense. Lonzo did tonight. LeBron. There's a lot of times when LeBron doesn't rotate over to his man. I know he's saving himself for offense, but sometimes it just gets ridiculous. Let's be real. He just looks at the player and he just looks the other way and tries to get the rebound. But that's upsetting. Nobody showed up tonight. We can't single out any single player. Nobody was a lockdown defender. We played all right in spurts, but, I mean, how are you going to single out Kuz or Josh Hart or Lonzo when LeBron's doing the same thing? He's our leader. So there's no Pop, Riley, Phil in any sports anymore. I get that, but there's definitely better coaches than Luke Walton. That's for sure. Dan, Lakers only had 3 players with double point digits, and the Nets had 6 players in double digits. Exactly. Coaching matters, man. They're spreading the wealth over there. I agree, man. LeBron's stamina this season has been horrible. He takes games off. That's what I'm starting to see. It's not even his stamina. It's just he takes games off. When he sees that we're struggling, I notice he starts taking possessions off. He gets discouraged, I guess you could say. But I think LeBron will only be encouraged once that second superstar, we either land him via trade or he rises from the ashes. I noticed that when Kuz messes up, LeBron hangs his head because he's counting on him for so much more. But see, right now he's still young, and LeBron can't rest on his laurels. He can't just rely on Kuz like that, even though he's been very efficient. So we can't really ask Kuz to do much more. He's balling, guys. He's doing all he could. He's holding his end of the bargain. Even Lonzo showed up tonight. I mean, he was hot in that first quarter. So it's unfortunate we couldn't pull this one out, but the bench has been struggling without Rondo. We see how important he is. The paint protection just really lacked without McGee. We see how important he is. And then, again, the perimeter defense will improve a lot once Brandon Ingram comes. So finally we can stop slandering these players, because they're very crucial to the team. And we'll see once we get them back. At first, they might not be healthy, and they'll make a smaller impact than what's expected. But either way, man, any impact they make is good. Damn, bro. And they say Lonzo shoot breaks. Looks like KCP shoots breaks, too. He said Lonzo at least kept us in the game. Lonzo had 23 points. Haters need to shut up. Let the haters talk tonight. Let them have their night. Bottom line is we've lost, 3 out of the last 4 games, and we need to get back on a winning track. We were doing amazing before the injuries. And the coach just needs to figure out a way, man. He needs to figure out a way to get these wins. And that's when good coaching matters, right? You see Doc Rivers early in the season, he didn't have any star players, yet he got the best out of his guys. And it's unfortunate we're not getting the best out of ours every single game, right? Because we see it in glimpses. But is that we need that motivation from a head coach. We need that guy everybody respects and will actually run through a wall for him, right? We don't have that guy right now. The turnovers need to stop and make your damn free throws. But see, here's my thing as well. When they're turning the ball over like this carelessly, and there's no timeouts by the head coach and he's not digging into the players, they feel free to do it over and over. It's like they're experimenting too much. We got to stop experimenting and make the high basketball efficiency play, right? That's what we got to do. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me, man. We don't have another game till Friday, so this is a dreaded loss because it's gonna hang on us for a long time. Embarrassing. It truly is. We should have won this game. I get it. The Brooklyn Nets are balling right now. They just got their 6th win on a row by beating us tonight. So it's unfortunate. But you know what? Let's hang in there, guys. Silver lining. We're getting guys back, and we'll see what happens. We'll go from there, right? So much appreciated, guys. Again, try to have a good night. I understand it's frustrating. I'm frustrated too. Trust me. I'm gonna go take it out in the park. I'm gonna cross some people over and take them to the hall, man. I'm gonna do some LeBron type moves on them. So I'm gonna take out my anger on them. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hopefully we bounce back versus the Pelicans, and hopefully we can contain Julius because I know he is plotting a revenge game coming back to LA. So hang in there, guys. Have a great night. Much love. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace out.